Maayong adlaw mga kasama mga ka-idol. Welcome na usab sa usa ka makapainggan nga episode sa atong podcast. Ini sa Talakayan with Radyoman episode 19 with the title Serbisyong Digital nga Masaligan alang sa matag Sambusuyan. Karong buntaga atong tutukan ang usa ka labing init o importante nga issues panahon ang internet connectivity ilabi na sa mga kabaranggayan og lagyong lugar dinhi sa Zamboanga del Sur atong hisgutan ang may kalabutan sa teknolohiya, serbisyo publiko ug kalambuan alang sa lokal nga komunidad. Kauban nato karong buntaga ang usa ka halangdong bisita gikan sa Department of Information and Communications Technology kan DICT dinhi sa Region 9. Ang atong tukion ang mga kalampusan, mga hagit ug ang unahan pa nga mga lakang sa mga konektado og mas abante nga Zamboanga del Sur. Welcome sa programang Talakayan with Radyoman. Ito ang Regional Director sa DICT Region 9, Cheryl Ortega. Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng inyong mga tagapagpakinig.
Yes, live tayong mapapakinggan at naririnig no sa ating radio ang RMN DXPR Pagadian 603 at 96.7 IFM News. Karon kay magtagalog jud ta mga kasama ug mga ka-idol gumikan kay dili si Ma'am Fluent sa Bisaya. Og yes ma'am, magandang araw Director. Una sa lahat, maaari po bang ipakilala ang iyong sarili at yung mga tungkulin niyo? Is it Regional Director sa DICT?
Yeah, once again, good morning. Isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Director Cheryl Ortega, currently the Regional Director for Region 9 in Basulta.
Yes.
Because I just assumed my position as such last July of 2024.
Oh, bago lang.
Yeah, so barely a little over 1 year. I used to be the Regional Director for Mimaropa, Calabarzon, and even for quite some time of Bicol. So it's good to be the director for Region 9 because actually I'm from Zamboanga. So it's actually a welcome home assignment already at my part. So as the Regional Director for Region 9, my focus is already for Region 9 and Basulta because we also cover Basulta.
Basulta, yes. Director, ano yung mga pangunahing mandato ng DICT sa ngayon? Pagdating sa digital connectivity.
In terms of digital connectivity, well, that's actually our primary or flagship program. Kasi sabi nga nila, kung Wi-Fi is life.
Yes.
It's now a fundamental right now, hindi na privilege, di ba? Talagang hinahanap na.
Mawalan ka ng Wi-Fi ngayon, talagang hahanapin mo.
Right, and we have a marching order really to connect the entire archipelago. No? Na kaya meron tayong Philippine Digital Infrastructure Program and we have the National Broadband Program where the ultimate goal is really to connect the entire country. Kasi sinasabi nga ang konektadong Pinoy as a connected Filipino is a stronger Filipino. And we're really looking into that para yung tagline na sinasabing walang maiiwan, walang Pilipinong offline, because a lot of benefits can actually be acquired when you are connected.
Yes, tama yan, Director. And ano po yung naging papel ng DICT sa buong bansa? At paano ito na ipapatupad dito sa Zamboanga del Sur?
Yeah, well, for one, there's an enabling law for us to be able to provide free Wi-Fi access in public places. That's why talagang we're looking into implementing this on a gradual basis kasi archipelago tayo, hindi naman basta-basta. But we're looking into that even yung mga geographically isolated disadvantaged areas are already looked into. Unlike before, na wala pa yung mga appropriate technology, usually sa mga urban areas or areas that can only be reached by the telcos are privileged to have these services of connectivity. But now with newer technologies, even geographically isolated areas are provided for. In fact, kahit yung sa Luzon Valley, no, it's mountain top.
So, pinakamalayong
nararating na po natin at nasa servisyuhan. And that's connectivity. Pero sabi nga natin, what is connectivity? There is no relevant content and services. So itong connectivity program namin na free Wi-Fi for internet in public spaces, may kakambal ng mga proyekto rin kami, yung access points, kaya meron kami mga digital transformation centers. Or those people who don't have the technical or financial capability to be able to have free access to the connectivity that we're providing for can go to these spaces or places and
Connect.
get to be trained,
Yeah.
have access to that technology, and do whatever they can for personal or professional advancement. But then again, nandiyan na yung connectivity, nandiyan na yung content and services. We also have to capacitate people, the people who will operate and the people who will have access, who would like to benefit from this. So kaya meron rin kami mga capability programs for digital literacy. And this varies from simple, basic trainings to more technical and advanced training. So we cater to all sectors of the society for them to become digital literate citizens. Kahit na yung mga senior citizens, people with disabilities, the unemployed, the special sectors, no, yung mga elderly natin, the women, you name it, basically, this is for everybody, kaya walang iwanan talaga. No?
Yes.
And we also give special focus for countryside development. Kasi of all places, para masabi talaga natin na walang may iwan, walang Pilipinong offline. So even the countryside should have its share of connectivity and the services that the government is bringing forth.
Yes. Nasabi mo na yung may mga trainings na ginagawa, no, RD. Kumusta po yung kasalukuyang kalagayan ng digital infrastructure dito sa probinsya? Saan po natin makikita yung pinakamalaking pangangailangan ng connection? You think po?
Sa probinsya
Yes,
dito.
dito sa Zamboanga.
Sa Zamboanga do Sur, I think we're getting traction. For one, just last August ba yun, very recently, we have launched the Government Network.
Okay.
It's a program nandiyan sa Regional Government Center, no? It hopes to be able to interconnect the different government agencies, regional government agencies within the
Nice.
center, and even some government institutions outside of the center. The rationale behind that is that for us to be able to capacitate these people, provide them fast, reliable internet access para yung mga online services nila ay mas strengthen at maibigay sa mga intended client nila. So that's one. That's for the government agencies in support of their operations. But additionally, we also have free Wi-Fi in public places.
Yes.
So nakakapag-establish tayo sa mga schools, sa mga barangay halls, and we're even working in tandem with the provincial government. Meron silang sariling project for connectivity, Project Victor, where they hope to be able to put also internet in the different municipalities of the province.
In the barangay.
So we also support them by providing the bandwidth. No?
Okay.
So it's a joint effort, and that makes it more interesting.
Paano nyo po pinaprioridad yung mga barangay? Like, paano po nyo pinipili yung mga barangay na ipa-priority natin to?
Yeah, for one, we anchor that on the enabling law for free Wi-Fi, where it has to be in public places. That's one. Number two, yun nga, yung utos ng gobyerno na geographically isolated disadvantaged areas. Kasi sa mga urban areas, kaya na ng mga telcos yan. They don't go to isolated areas kasi hindi profitable sa kanila yan. It's going to become a missionary undertaking sa kanila if at all they go there. So this is where the DICT or the government comes into the picture for us to be able to provide really the needed services in these areas. So geographically isolated disadvantaged areas. And once nandito naman tayo sa geographically isolated disadvantaged areas, ang next priority natin, we're in the GIDA. So may mandato ulit kami ngayon na we have to ensure, sabi po ng aming secretary, and we have to abide by that within the year, all unconnected public elementary and high school should be connected to internet.
Nice.
And that is already in support of education. So we're doing that in tandem with DepEd. We're working together. So we're mapping where and which else of these schools are not yet connected, and
Even the elementary stuff?
yes, we even have to start early capacitating our kids for them to become digitally literate. And who knows, in the future, they will be one of our cyber specialists or whatever.
Pinakamagaling.
No? So, yun, sa schools. Tapos
Yes.
pag matatapos na kami sa schools, halimbawa, marami nang connected, the next in line would be the healthcare sector.
Nice.
So we're also looking into the rural health or barangay health
Kailan kaya
sectors.
possible yun, Director?
Sa ngayon, nakafocus kami sa education sector muna, kaya yung mga public
This year.
and high school. Kasi yung mga state universities and colleges, we're into it already.
Yes.
Nabigay na namin yan. So ngayon, we're moving on sa dami ng elementary and public schools. Kaya nga, lahat should be connected. Tapos yung mga healthcare naman, hindi pa naman, paunti-unti. Unlike the schools that we're mapping it already. Pero minsan sa healthcare, where we see it fit, then we provide already. No? Unti-unti. So baka next year, yung healthcare na ang susunod, and then afterwards, the barangay sector.
O mga kasama mga ka-idol, atong nadungog si RD Cheryl Ortega, no? So mga pipila ka mga serbisyo karon nga ilang gibuhat, ingon man sa tanan nga mga nahimo karon sa DICT. Usab sa tong pagbalik at tangi ang mga uban pang inisyatiba o mga serbisyo nga hatod sa DICT. Balik ta man sa pipila ka mga gutlo.
Robinson Spaghetti and together. Here we go. Let's make some cheers and officially open Spaghetti and Knives. Are you
O mga kasama, balik ta sa programang Talakayan with Radyoman episode 19 with the title Serbisyong Digital nga Masaligan alang sa matag Sambusurian ug sa gihapon kauban nato ang Regional Director sa DICT 9 walay lain si RD Cheryl Ortega. Ug ma'am, ngayong umaga itatanong din namin yung proyekto at programa ng DICT sa kasalukuyan na nakatuon sa pagpapabuti ng internet connectivity dito sa ating rehiyon. At saka yung mga free wifi for all, kumusta po yun?
Yeah, mandato namin yan. No? So, we ensure that all the areas under our responsibility are covered and well taken care of, and Zamboanga del Sur is one of which. And for one, nandyan talaga yung free wifi in public places natin. And I'm pleased to share that 100% meron na tayong internet penetration sa lahat ng munisipyo in Zamboanga del Sur. When I say 100%, ibig sabihin and at least in some way, meron ng internet sa mga targeted public places, be it in the school, in barangay halls, in public plaza, or what. Meron at least isa or more. So that's good enough because in the whole perspective, out of the 108 municipalities and 6 cities, meron pa tayong 8 na hindi pa na walang connectivity for various reasons. It's not that we're not able to put in, yung iba kasi syempre nasa procurement process tayo, nag-terminate yung contract and we have to renew. But for Zamboanga del Sur, we have our own distribution node here in our provincial office. So meron tayong point of presence. So kaya talagang 100% and nakakapag-connect tayo at kung may need na request, we also accommodate. We give our best effort to connect if we find it meritorious. Although we have our own targets to put connectivity, but in some cases, pag hindi covered and when it's requested and we assess that we can and it's worth it, then we connect. Tapos, yung nasabi ko rin kanina, kasi public place is for the general public in public places. Free, no? Free. Kaya, free Wi-Fi in public places. Then we also have, for the operations of the government agencies, ito naman yung government network. Separate intended users. Kasi free Wi-Fi is the general public. The GovNet are for the government agencies to assist and strengthen their delivery of online government services. No? Na pag pumunta rin doon yung kanilang mga kliyente, may access rin sila within their office to free Wi-Fi. No? Na halimbawa may kailangan na impormasyon or may kailangan na dokumento na hindi nadala, so can access and can communicate perhaps yung relative or what, pakisend sa akin yung ganon. So it makes things easy, no? So that's in the connectivity side.
Meron daw tinatawag na National Broadband Network.
Right.
Ano po yun, ma'am?
The National Broadband Network, yan talaga yung parang major component ng National Broadband Program natin, which is part of the Philippine Digital Infrastructure Program. It hopes to be able to put the necessary infrastructure para konektado tayo in terms of fiber optic and also augmenting it with wireless technology. So in a way, what we're saying is we will fiberize the Philippines, the archipelago, no? Na from Luzon all the way, pupunta na yan sa Mindanao. In fact, nasa Mindanao na. May 6 phases itong PDIP National Broadband Program natin. Yung phase 4 and 5, recently, last August, na-launch na sa Butuan. Nandito na po siya sa Mindanao, in CDO, in Davao, and it will also then include Region 9, full blast sa Region 9 sa Phase 6. So with this infrastructure, we will enjoy the benefit of affordable, reliable, and fast internet.
Yung naging nung nag-pandemic, diba, mayroon tayong tinatawag na blended learning. Tapos, based on yung observation, ano po yung naging epekto nun sa nitong internet connectivity sa mga estudyante during blended learning?
Well, kahit na nasa ganong sitwasyon tayo ng pandemic, the learning process, the education sector did not stop. But in fact, it continued and it liberalized, na-empower pa lalo na maging bihasa sila sa pagre-research, nagiging creative, nagiging may initiative na sila maghanap ng mga supplemental content, no, in aid of education. And because of that thing, parang naging blessing in disguise rin. Kasi prior to the pandemic, yung mga teleconferencing, mahal yan at hindi gaanong ginagamit. But because of the pandemic, it was the technology of choice. Na parang ito na yung kakailangan mong gamitin na may mga online education, online meetings.
Wala kang choice.
Yeah, wala kang choice. And what is good about it, because there is the need for that, maraming lumabas na mga teknolohiya that are even provided for free. Kaya kahit wala na tayo sa pandemic,
Yun pa
it
rin.
moved on.
Oo.
Naging part na siya ng learning process, and that is what I would say is the good thing that happened
Blessings in
about it.
disguise.
Naging libre or naging affordable yung mga ganitong online distance learning, yung mga online meetings, at naging bahagi na siya as an alternative means of doing things in terms of education.
Yeah, especially dun sa mga estudyante at mga guro. Diba?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yun naging big help sa kanila. Diba?
Correct.
In terms of public service and e-governance po, RD, paano po tumutulong ang DICT sa mga LGU at government offices para maging digital o online ang kanilang serbisyo?
Well, sabi ko nga, walang iwanan, walang may iwan sa benepisyo na maidudulot ng information and communications technology, which the DICT is advocating for. So while we have for the general public, we have for the students and teachers, we also have for the government employees, we also have for the local government units. So for the local government units, we have the electronic business permits and licensing system, or the electronic local government unit system, no? Na automate na yung mga business permits licensing, yung mga building occupancy permits, yung barangay clearance and all. So maganda kasi kumbaga you don't fall in line but you go online, no? You can apply for your permit online. You can pay even for your taxes online. So wala nang excuses for delays or I cannot pay because nasa ibang bansa ako or malayo ako, or I can beat the deadline, because anywhere, anytime, you can already process. And that's good for the government, for the local government units, because it encourages more to apply online, and that also increases the number of application. And when that happens, nag-i-increase yung collection nila. So they have more money for their projects and what other things they want to do, because money is their driving force for us to be able to mobilize projects. And we also have for everybody, for the government agencies, yung e-gov app natin, yung super app, no? Ito, nandito yun sa mobile phone. Nandyan lahat yung they have access to the different online services of government agencies, of the local government units, at marami pang ibang app. Like, when you want to register doon sa YAKA program konsulta ng PhilHealth, you have to do that. One of the ways for you to be able to do that is through the e-gov app. Diyan ka mag-register, or you go online doon sa PhilHealth or yung accredited center nila. So that makes it easy. Transacting with government is just within your reach. It's just in your pocket, so to speak, kasi nandyan lang sa cellphone mo. At kung ikaw naman, if you're the likes who travels to foreign countries, one of the requirements is for you to get out and come in is e-travel pass. And that's also in the e-gov app. So marami pa po pwedeng may i-report for complaints. Although in Mindanao, hindi pa siya gaano kasi pinapilot pa siya sa Luzon. So kung may mga nakikitang, may traffic is not good, may vehicular accident, o may nangyayari dito, through the app, can report that to the police station, and the nearby police station can immediately respond to. So, some of the ICT-enabled services are indeed being implemented already. So, yung ELGU, or the BPLS, is focused for the local government units, and in general for the government agencies, that is done through the e-gov app.
Totoo yun, mas mabilis na ngayon yung pag-access, kahit na yung MDR ng ng PhilHealth, ganyan.
Yes.
Lahat na. So, that's good, and at congratulations, no, sa DICT.
Thank you. And in fact, kahit yung digital ID, nandiyan na sa e-gov app natin. So kung nalimutan mo yung physical ID mo, gaya ako one time, pumunta ako sa City Health kasi by accident nakagat ako ng aso ko. So hiningan ako ng PhilHealth ID. Ay ko, naku, hindi ko yun dala. Kasi pagpunta ko doon, malapit lang, nilakaran ko lang, malapit lang sa office, dala ko lang phone ko. Fortunately, I brought my phone. Sabi ko, nandito sa e-gov app. Ayan, kasi may digital ID ka doon. Nandun yung senior citizen ID mo, yung PRC ID mo, PhilHealth. So one of the many benefits the brought
At least
about
aware
by
yung maging
digital technology.
aware yung mga
Yeah,
tagapakinig
yeah,
natin.
yeah.
And of course, may sinabi, although na mention niyo na po yung mga proyekto, may mga proyekto pa po ba yung DICT na tumutulong sa mga opisina ng gobyerno para mas mapabilis as mapadali yung serbisyo gamit yung teknolohiya?
Well, even the eGov Super App is a continuous development. May target na anong ilalagay diyan, pero hindi naman kaagad-agad lahat may ilalagay. So paunti-unti nadadagdagan. And recently nga yung sa Yakap
And we'll expect
ng
na may mga proyekto
Yeah.
pa.
Tapos syempre for government, we want to be a digitally literate yung government workforce. So the government through the ICT reaches out to do relevant trainings for them para updated sila, equipped sila. We introduce office productivity tools na magagamit nila sa kanilang trabaho na magpaganda ang serbisyo. And we also have the PNPKI or digital signatures for government employees. So this basically is your digital ID for your transactions, no? Na pag yan ang inattach mo sa mga dokumento mo, it's tamper-proof. In fact, it has been widely used during the election where all teachers who served the election were required to have their PNPKI signature. Kasi pag magtra-transmit sila, dapat andoon yung digital signature nila para, kumbaga, it's an authentic one. At ako, for example, as a regional director, I cover 6 provinces and Zamboanga City in additional. So, sometimes, gaya ngayon, wala ako sa desk ko. But that doesn't stop me from doing my job in reviewing and approving documents. So, things get done. So, kahit nasaan ako because of PNPKI, I can affix my approval and signature. Kaya pagdating ko, walang volume. Kasi kahit nandito ako, in fact, kagabi, nagsasign pa ako, nagre-review, nagsasign, I can affix. So, payrolls get processed. Training certificates get signed and distributed. Exactly. And PNPKI is also one of the things that we're promoting to the government agencies which they can use because as a signature, magagamit mo yan sa mga disbursement vouchers, sa mga procurement. It has been acknowledged already by the government procurement, GPPB, even by government. So, kaya anywhere, anytime, government transaction should not stop. There's no reason for it, no? Kasi pwede pa rin gawin.
And
Address.
also, I think yung yung mahina na internet, mahina na signal, mabagal na.
Yeah, yung ganun naman, kasi especially sa mga bundok or yung GIDA nga, may mga dead spots or weak signals.
Paano niyo
no?
po sinusolusyonan yung ganun?
May open signal strategy naman tayo, and nasabi ko nga, the low Earth orbit through Starlink is a game changer. Kasi noon, sa mga fiber talaga yung connectivity natin, but the commercial telcos will not go to far-flung areas kasi it will not be financially profitable or lucrative for them. But because of this technology, Starlink, which is portable, readily deployable, and affordable, so nadadala na natin at maganda po yung kanyang signal kasi direct to the satellite na siya. So, na-address na. It's really a game changer kaysa bundok ka, even sa dagat pa. Pwede.
Oo nga po. And in terms po ng pakikipagtulungan ng DICT sa mga LGUs, or like private na ISP at ibang stakeholders, paano nyo po pinapatupad yung gano'n?
Well, we cannot work in isolation. The ICT cannot do this alone. We really need the LGUs and the private sector to work all together. So we have a good working relationship. We coordinate and engage with them. In fact, even in our Wi-Fi, hindi naman talaga yan the ICT entirely. We tap the private sector as a partner, no? So through public bidding, we partner with them, and then we install and deploy the connectivity in their areas.
Alright. Dito tayo sa mga plano, future plans, and also plano ng DICT para mas magiging accessible yung at saka tuloy-tuloy yung internet connection dito sa Zamboanga del Sur? Ano yung mga...
Well, for Zamboanga del Sur, yung National Broadband Program, while phase 6, pero ngayon pa lang sa phase 4 and 5, nagsisimula na po yung mga technical survey. In fact, very soon, our team will go to 4 nodes. Dito yata sa Sambo Sur is in Aurora with the NGCP. Na doon we will tap their existing black fiber na kasi kung meron ng fiber hindi lang fully utilized, so the ICT will coordinate with them. We don't have to reinvent the wheel and put the necessary infra. We will put the infra where there is none, pero kung merong existing we will tap and then augment, ganon. So that will put the necessary infrastructure. Tapos kung baga sa tubig pa yan, nandiyan na yung malaking tubo ng water and then we just stop para padala na sa mga end users. Yun. So, that's for connectivity. And we also have one, yung hindi ko nasabi kanina, yung para sa private sector, I mean sa education sector ulit, yung Bayanihan SIM card. The ICT will be distributing some SIM card to some schools directly to the students and the teachers.
Ano yung magiging role mo?
Well, they will be provided with SIM card and it's preloaded with 25 gig per month and that's for 1 year. So, hindi na sila mababahala na walang load, hindi makapag-research, hindi magawa yung assignment or what because yun, mabibigyan. So, isa yon. And we're also distributing tablets to some rural health units but at least each municipio will have one. If there are more rural health units or barangay health units, they will be provided. Sa Zamboanga del Sur, nagka-MOA signing na kami. Hinihintay na lang namin yung resolution ng probinsya para fully yung deed of the nation will actually be realized and then it will be distributed. So, this will help sa mga data gathering at even for telemedicine or teleconsultation. Kaya where there is tablets in rural health, we'll also supplement them with connectivity. Kaya nga sabi ko next year, kung ngayong year are the schools, next year's would be the healthcare sector. So, primarily is to ensure na yung mga telemedicine, teleconsultation would be one of the killer applications or services that can be used. So yan, Bayanihan SIM card, yung sa UNDP for telemedicines, more installations of Wi-Fi in public places.
Excited kami dyan. And lastly, RD, yung message niyo po para sa mga tao, sa LGU, o di kaya sa mga schools po, in terms sa paggamit at pagsuporta ng mga programa ng DICT?
Well, the DICT is your DICT. Kami ngayon sabi namin, we are the DICT of the people and for the people. Lahat ng programang pipeline or aming pinapamahagi are really intended for the people, for us to come up with a digitally literate and enabled citizens na alam nyo gamitin ng tama ang teknolohiya at yung teknolohiyang ginagamit nyo is safe and secure. So, take the most out of it, take the advantage because we are in this era already of digitalization. Ang konektadong Pinoy is a strong Pinoy and empowered Pinoy, and your DICT is here to assist and to help you. We have free trainings, so avail of it. Visit our Facebook page. Naka-advertise po dyan lahat ng mga trainings namin. Even for the professionals, meron kaming PRC CPT accredited trainings where you earn credits na magagamit mo when you renew your professional license. So you don't even have to spend to accumulate units, no? Kasi kung mag-a-attend ka, it will probably cost a fortune. Pero DICT, especially for the teachers, the engineers, ay mag-enroll lang sila. and syempre, in the enrollment, kasi professional ka, dapat may PRC license number ka. Pero it doesn't stop us from also accommodating non-professionals if they find the topic interesting and they want to avail, okay lang. Pero they cannot earn the credits kasi hindi naman sila professional. But they can earn a certificate by attending. So we have a wide array of trainings for the kids, from the kids up to the senior citizens, even for PDLs inside the jail. So talagang covered. Yeah, covered. So we have trainings. We have ICT enabling, empowering services like yung sinasabi kong digital signature. Libre rin po yun. Even private citizens can apply. Just go to the ICT. We have our provincial offices. Pumunta na lang po kayo doon.
Alright, thank you so much sa tong bisita karong buntaga ang EICT Regional Director si Ma'am Cheryl Ortega. O mga kasama mo pa to ang naglangkob sa Talakayan with Radyoman episode 19. Thank you so much. Ano yung isa kong Alright, so namin prepare na okay for RD Cheryl. O mga kasama mga ka-idol mo pa to ang episode 19 with the title Serbisyong Digital nga Masaligan alang sa matag sa Busuyan. Kini si Pia Radyoman D, si Ocho Bel Kibra, Tatak RMNR.